What if everything you've been taught about wealth, about success, about what it truly means to be prosperous is a meticulously crafted illusion, a grand deception that keeps you relentlessly chasing shadows, striving for a finish line that perpetually recedes, leaving you perpetually unfulfilled? For centuries, humanity has been trapped in this very cycle, the relentless accumulation of possessions, the ceaseless pursuit of status, the insatiable hunger for more. We believe that if we just acquire enough money, enough power, enough recognition, we will finally find peace, finally find joy, finally find true wealth. But how often does that promise deliver? How often does the fleeting thrill of a new acquisition or a higher status leave us feeling emptier than before, immediately scanning the horizon for the next conquest? This isn't a modern phenomenon, it's an ancient human predicament, and over 1,000 years ago, one of the most brilliant minds in Islamic history, a man who had scaled the very pinnacles of academic and worldly success, discovered this profound lie for himself. His name was Imam Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali, and his journey into the heart of this deception, his subsequent revelation, was so radical, so profoundly transformative, that it remains a dangerous secret, challenging the very foundations of how we perceive prosperity even today. This secret, unearthed from the mystical depths of Sufism, is not about mere financial abundance, it's about unlocking an inner realm of limitless riches, about opening impossible doors to a prosperity that the material world can never offer and can never take away. Imagine a man at the zenith of his career. Al-Ghazali was not just a scholar, he was the scholar of his age. He held the most prestigious academic chair in the world at the Nizamiya Madrasa in Baghdad, teaching thousands, influencing rulers, his intellect revered across the Islamic world. He had wealth, fame, power, and respect, everything society deemed valuable. Yet, beneath the veneer of his public success, a silent, agonizing crisis was brewing within him. He began to question everything. He found himself grappling with profound doubts about the true nature of knowledge, the purpose of his life, and the ultimate reality of existence. Was his pursuit of intellectual mastery truly bringing him closer to truth? Or was it merely another form of worldly attachment? This intellectual skepticism slowly morphed into a deep spiritual anguish. He recognized that his actions were not aligned with his heart. He preached sincerity, but found hypocrisy within himself. He yearned for an authentic connection to the divine, but felt trapped by the gilded cage of his own accomplishments. He tried to reconcile his outer life with his inner yearnings, but the chasm only widened. For months, he wrestled with this profound dilemma, until one day, the unbearable tension culminated in a complete breakdown. He lost his ability to speak during lectures, his appetite vanished, his health deteriorated. He was paralyzed by a spiritual sickness. And then, he made a choice that stunned the world. He renounced it all. He abandoned his prestigious position, distributed his wealth, and left Baghdad as a virtual recluse. He journeyed to Syria, then to Jerusalem, living in solitude, engaging in intense spiritual practices, dhikr, contemplation, prayer, self-purification. This was not an act of madness, but an act of profound courage, a desperate search for a truth that lay beyond books and accolades. This was Al-Ghazali shedding the false skin of worldly success to dive into the profound, often uncomfortable, waters of his own soul. He was seeking not material wealth, but something far more enduring, true wealth, the Sufi secret that transforms everything. So, what did Al-Ghazali discover in his solitude? What was the dangerous secret that redefined wealth for him? He realized that the world's definition of wealth is fundamentally flawed because it focuses on accumulation outside the self. It treats prosperity as an external state, measured by what we possess, the size of our bank account, the luxury of our home, the brand of our car. But Al-Ghazali understood that anything external is inherently transient, impermanent, and ultimately unable to satisfy the deepest longings of the human spirit. He likened the human heart to a mirror. When we are born, this mirror is polished and bright, reflecting the divine light within and around us. But as we grow, As we become immersed in the worldly pursuit of more, this mirror becomes clouded, stained by the dust of desires, the grime of greed, the smudges of attachment. We mistake the reflections on the clouded mirror for reality itself. We chase these fleeting images, money, fame, power, believing that they are the source of our happiness, when in reality they are merely distortions, preventing us from seeing the true source of light, the true source of wealth, which resides within us. The lie of materialism is that it tells us happiness is out there, obtainable through external acquisition. It suddenly whispers that you are incomplete, lacking, and only through acquiring more can you become whole. This creates an insatiable hunger, a perpetual state of dissatisfaction, because the hole it attempts to fill is not an external void, but an internal one. It's like trying to quench your thirst by drinking salty seawater. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. The endless pursuit of material wealth without an inner anchor leads only to spiritual poverty, a hollowness that no amount of external accumulation can ever fill. This was Al-Ghazali's profound realization. True wealth is not about having a lot, but about being a lot. It's not about what you possess, but about what you are. Having understood the illusion, Al-Ghazali turned to the Sufi path, a journey of the heart, a meticulous process of polishing that inner mirror. He discovered that true wealth, true prosperity, is an internal state, a richness of the soul that radiates outward. It's built upon pillars that no recession can diminish, no theft can take away, no worldly change can corrupt. What are these pillars? Firstly, contentment, qana'ah. This is not resignation or apathy, but a profound acceptance and gratitude for what you have, coupled with an inner spaciousness that is free from the grip of insatiable desire. It's the understanding that your true needs are few, and they are always met by the divine. When you achieve contentment, the entire world becomes your servant, because you are no longer enslaved by its fleeting allurements. You possess everything because you need nothing. Secondly, knowledge, ilm. Not just academic knowledge, but divine wisdom, a direct knowing of God and His creation. Al-Ghazali realized that the pursuit of this sacred knowledge, which illuminates the heart and purifies the soul, is the highest form of wealth. It brings clarity, purpose, and an unshakable inner peace. Thirdly, gratitude, shukr. The continuous recognition and appreciation of the countless blessings, seen and unseen, that flow into your life. Gratitude transforms scarcity into abundance. It shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is miraculously present, opening your heart to receive even more. It's a powerful antidote to the poison of consumerism and comparison. And finally, remembrance, dhikr. The constant awareness of the divine in every moment, every breath. This remembrance is the ultimate nourishment for the soul. It keeps the heart connected to its true source, preventing it from being scattered by worldly distractions. Imagine your heart as a wellspring. Dhikr is the continuous flow of fresh, pure water, keeping it vibrant and alive, never allowing it to dry up no matter the desert of external circumstances. These are the true currencies of the soul. Al-Ghazali taught that when you cultivate these inner treasures, you become truly wealthy, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually. Your spirit becomes expansive, your peace unshakable, and your joy independent of external fluctuations. This is the Sufi secret, to shift your entire focus from external acquisition to internal cultivation. It's a dangerous secret because it threatens the very fabric of a society built on endless consumption and external validation. It declares you already possess what you seek, if only you turn inward. So, how does one begin this transformative journey? How do we apply Al-Ghazali's profound insights to our modern lives, often dominated by the very materialism he warned against? It begins with a courageous self-assessment, a sincere introspection. Ask yourself, what am I truly seeking? Is my pursuit of more truly bringing me closer to peace or further away? Al-Ghazali advocated for a zuhd, often translated as asceticism or renunciation. But this is a profound misunderstanding if interpreted purely as abandoning all worldly possessions. True zuhd is not about owning nothing, but about letting nothing own you. It's not detaching your heart from the fleeting allure of material things so that, whether you have them or not, your inner peace remains undisturbed. You can enjoy the blessings of the world, but you are not enslaved by them. Your happiness is not contingent upon their presence or absence. Practical steps include 1. Mindful consumption. Become acutely aware of what you consume, not just food, but information, entertainment, desires. Ask, is this truly nourishing my soul, or merely distracting it? Reduce unnecessary consumption and cultivate appreciation for simplicity. 2. Cultivating gratitude. Make gratitude a daily practice. Keep a gratitude journal. Express thanks for the smallest blessings. This rewires your brain to recognize abundance. 3. Service to others. Al-Ghazali emphasized that true generosity stems from a heart free from greed. Giving, without expectation of return, expands the heart and generates an internal sense of abundance. When you serve, you realize your own capacity and connection to humanity. 4. Decare and contemplation. Dedicate time each day to silent remembrance, meditation, or prayer. Connect with your inner self, with the divine. This is where the mirror of the heart is polished, where true insights emerge, and where you tap into an inexhaustible source of inner peace and wisdom. 5. Reframing success. Redefine success not by external metrics, but by inner qualities. Is your heart at peace? Are you growing spiritually? Are you living in alignment with your values? These are the true markers of a prosperous life. By embracing these practices, you begin to dismantle the mental prisons of fear and greed. Fear of lack, fear of losing what you have, fear of not being enough. These dissolve when you realize your true wealth is internal and inexhaustible. Greed, the insatiable desire for more, loosens its grip when contentment becomes your default state. You discover a profound sense of freedom, the freedom to be rather than just to have. This is the ultimate liberation Al-Ghazali experienced and bequeathed to humanity. Al-Ghazali's dangerous secret isn't a secret at all in the conventional sense. It's an ancient wisdom, whispered through the ages by mystics and sages, but often drowned out by the clamor of the material world. It is the revolutionary truth that true prosperity is not found in the fleeting accumulations of the outer world, but in the indestructible treasures of the inner realm. It is the realization that your soul, your heart, is the most magnificent vault capable of holding boundless riches of peace, wisdom, contentment, and divine love. This journey, inspired by Al-Ghazali, is an invitation to turn inward, to polish the mirror of your heart, to challenge the grand lie of materialism, and to reclaim your inherent spiritual wealth. It is a path that opens impossible doors, not to more money, but to a life so rich in meaning, so profound in peace, so abundant in joy, that it renders external fluctuations irrelevant. The choice, as always, is yours. Will you continue to chase the mirage, or will you dare to discover the unlimited oasis that resides within you? Will you heed Al-Ghazali's dangerous call to true prosperity? Join us next time on The Sacred Mirror as we continue to unlock the ancient wisdom that illuminates our modern world. Until then, may your journey inward be one of profound discovery and limitless spiritual wealth.